This is a running theme here in this episode. I'm running out of money just to put the basic stuff. And I'm at negative. Brilliant. Good day everyone, this is Jason914 and I am back to my episodes of Cities Skylines and my Pasig City save. Now what am I going to do today? I stopped short of the achievement last time, but as I can now rejoin you, I can see that I have high residential demand. So I think my objective today would be to first make new residential plots by which I can settle these new residential wannabes, and then after that I'm going to go and expand my industry. And I was thinking that I might have to try districts this time because I have my dirty industry here, the typical industry that you get in the game, but I want to try the new forestry industry. Now I have a big forest here, but I think the wiser decision would be to use this newly expanded land that I got. The only problem with that is I'll have to build a bridge to connect there. But still, the idea here is at least this one has quite a good highway connection, and thus it won't cause that much traffic if ever I do think of expanding my industry here. Okay, so anyway, I'll get started. I'll hit play, and then with my high residential demand, what am I gonna do? I think I'm going to take up the remaining slots that I have here, like so. Let me just go ahead and put the necessary roads. I think I have pretty much some sort of a backbone here which I can cover by doing something like this. Now I'm gonna leave quite a bit of space, and you might be wondering why, but I was thinking that I could put a park down in this area here, which would be very much appreciated by the citizens. Okay, actually, yeah, I will do that when I finally have some money, but I'm just gonna fill in the residential plots first, and then I think I'll reserve this space. This is prime location for something like a park. Okay, and I could probably even put a cemetery here because that's something we're sorely lacking at the moment. Now, I'm not gonna build a cemetery or a crematorium just because I have a lot of cases of COVID-19 in my city. Yeah, speaking of which, I want to check, how is my medical clinic doing? Okay, there's only one case left, which is good. I keep calling it cases, but because of COVID-19, but really, I have one patient in the hospital, expanding pretty well. I'm just gonna wait for things to settle down, and once I have a bit of money, I'm gonna expand out to yonder. Okay. The problem here is I don't have a highway connection just yet, but I think I'm gonna access it once I get up to the 2,200 mark, which is pretty close by. I just need to keep expanding further and making sure people settle in this residential plot. I'm gonna take this slot here for industrial. And I think one thing I will do, I'll finally put some districts. Okay, so I will label this an old town. I want this area to be free of the trucks. Okay, I'm just gonna name this something, Ivy Hills. Yeah, I'm not really that familiar, I guess, with how Pasig City's barangays are laid out. My electrical power is running low, so I'm gonna have to expand my capacity. I'm probably gonna use some wind farms. As you could see, 8 megawatts, that's good. We're getting my wind capacity up. Eventually, when I do have the budget, I'm gonna keep doing wind, and then I'm gonna take out this coal power plant here, which is very unsightly. There we go. I'm finally at the 2,200 mark in terms of my population, which is good. Alright, so this one allows me more policies, more roads, and finally the highway connection that I've been craving. And I can finally put in a ferry pathway. But I think the important thing here is I still have a good industrial demand, so I'm gonna probably use the extra cash to expand out in this direction and thus be able to tap into this forest. This has much more forest than here, but here's the thing. I'm worried that when I expand this city out a little bit more, this area here is central and that it's all separated by rivers. And what does that mean? It means that when I want to extract the industry from there, and thus the trucks come out of the area, then we will have a problem with traffic, because I think that's the thing. When you're trying to plan a city and there's a river as a major feature, everything has to go through the river. There's no other way that you can cross. And that means it's going to be a choke point wherever there's a bridge that crosses the river. I think you can see that very much in Metro Manila, or in the ones across Pasig River are pretty much loaded. I'll try to develop this area more as my forestry zone. Okay, but the first thing I have to do would be, okay, residential demand is high, so I think I'll do the first thing that I wanted to do first, and that is to put my cemetery up. Now, I could build some shelters actually, which is pretty timely right now, especially with the disaster, the crisis of COVID-19. But it'll just cost a fortune. I'm just not yet in that region. So, ito na naman tayo sa mga mayors na nagde-defer ng mga emergency disaster preparedness response, choo-choo, blah blah blah. Sobrang I'm really a bad mayor actually. I would probably be the type that would enrage a lot of the netizens in my area. So, I'm just gonna check first. How much will it cost to put a bridge that crosses this river? 9,000? That's not bad actually. I think I'm going to raise it one level because I might have to put some shipping lanes here, and maybe I was thinking that it might prove detrimental if I don't raise it up in terms of making my shipping lanes available. I'm gonna put the highway entrance somewhere here, but not yet because I'm gonna plan ahead. I'll use a large roundabout for this one. Okay, because this will be a truck entry point. Here's my bridge. It kind of is a white elephant at the moment, so I think the way to justify this would be I have to put some the highway entrance first, and then I'm gonna get the intersection. 16,000 bucks. That's gonna cost a fortune, but it will benefit my my up and coming city in the long run. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and get my highway, this one, and then I'm gonna go in this direction. Yeah, definitely gonna run out of cash pretty quickly. There we go. I'm down to 10 bucks. That's pretty sad. But yeah, at least I have a new highway connection by which I can connect to my town. And then when my money goes up again, I'm gonna develop this forestry area right here. Garbage is getting to be a problem, so I'm gonna have to raise the budget here. Okay, so for the forestry industry, just so I can facilitate the movement of goods, I'm gonna start by putting a mini roundabout here, upgrade, then expand out to the highway. My money is running low though. There we go. So I'm again cutting it close on the cash. My electricity demand is soaring, but I don't have the money to build a new power plant just yet. This is the thing. When your city gets to this level wherein you have a good population, you definitely want to expand, and sometimes those expansions can be pretty costly. I have residential demand. I'll have to focus on that first. Expand down that way. This one is a bit weird, but I'm gonna go this way first, and then yeah, I don't have enough money. That's pretty sad. So I'll put some housing units here. I have enough budget, I think, to connect the pipes. No, I definitely need to do something about my electrical power demand. Okay, I'm gonna push this up to 100, and then can I do 130 for now? I'm developing 7 megawatts. That's the thing about wind speed, I think, because it said 8 megawatts before, but sometimes it's inconsistent in terms of the power. So I really have to develop this area soon because I have industrial demand with all of the new residents coming in. Definitely they're looking forward to working here in this forestry area. Okay, I'm gonna just start to lay down the road network so I can start expanding in that direction once I get my bearings sorted. My power is suffering again. Do we have enough money now to make this? No, 6,000. Ooh, I need some power. Come on. Okay, that's it. I've resisted the temptation for long enough, but I have to take it alone because this thing is a bit annoying. So I have 25,000 in the bank. Very good. And I'm still making some money, which is great. Fantastic. I'll just do this for now, just so that I'm coping with the demand a little bit better. Before I forget, I'm gonna put the district. Okay, so I'm gonna put the industry area like so. Paint the industry as my forestry area. Okay, daffodil complex. Once you put this down, that will basically allow you to put the forestry stuff into this little complex here. How's my traffic situation going, by the way? 93%, still pretty good. You have two entrances to the town, which is great. Starting to get a bit clogged up in this central area here, but that's understandable considering the fact that most of my industry is here and this is all trucks. Okay, so I think I can lay down my policies now. There we go, finally. I'm tempted to try one of these water usage and power usage things, just so that I'm cutting down on my use of power, especially because that's the thing that always drives my expenditures. If I do this, will that affect my economy significantly?
Will that affect my economy significantly?
It was at this moment that he knew. He f***ed up.
I'm actually starting to hemorrhage a bit of money. It's a bit expensive to maintain, but I think in the long run, that should be manageable.
Oh, hell no!
I still can't get to grips with this daffodil complex, which is annoying. I want to build there pretty soon. But I think I'm going to have to reserve that for the next episode. So with that, stay tuned for my episode number 5, I believe. And I hope you stay at home, stay safe, take all the necessary precautions, and please, let's all meet when this is all over. Bye-bye.